start out on their inhumane arguments, how they're saying that animal testing is inhumane. I would like to first start with how a quote from a book of Deborah Miller, which is if animal testing is justified, and she says that this is an exact contradiction to the requirements of human survival and progress, which demand that we kill animals when they endanger us, eat them when we need food, and run tests on them to fight disease. To ascribe rights to animals is to contradict the purpose and justifications of rights, the protection of human interests. So rights were made on the basis of protecting humans. So if animal testing can go into helping protect humans, then if they're not being, it is not inhumane, I don't see the problem with that. And then often only the bad instances of animal testing are shown. Animal testing is shown. Like the activists like to point out the worst of the worst. And I have another quote by Deborah Miller that says, "The USDA and National Institutes of Health regularly inspect research institutions to verify the well-being and care of animals. With very few exceptions that serve as rallying points for advocates, animals used in research do not suffer more pain or distress than animals outside the lab. In fact, lab animals often receive the best of care because of their value to researchers." So majority of animals, except for some of the bad, like some scary instances, like when the news shows you only the bad parts, when the murder rate's declining, but like all you're seeing is murder on the news. It's like that. You only see the bad parts of animal testing, when in fact the majority of animals are treated humanely. And then I would also like to really quick talk about the types of animals being regulated through the AWA. They were trying to claim that rats and mice are not on the AWA, but recent laws have put them back in. So there's a quote from the APHIS website that says the AWA regulates the care and treatment of warm-blooded animals, except those such as farm animals that are used for food, fiber, or other agricultural purposes. Currently, cold-blooded animals such as snakes, alligators are exempt from the coverage under the Act. So currently, all warm-blooded animals are taken into consideration, but cold-blooded animals are not under the Act right now. And I would like to go into the effectiveness of animal research. I would like to say that animal testing has benefited society and helped it grow in ways that could have not been possible otherwise. I have a quote from Deborah Miller that says, "Our quality of life has been improved significantly by biological research that sometimes relies on the use of animals in controlled experiments. A generation or more of people has never known what it is like to be unable to swim in the summer for fear of contracting polio, to go blind or deaf because of infections, or to expect that any cancer diagnosis will be a death sentence." There's also that animal testing is beneficial to animals themselves. I have a quote that says, from Deborah Miller, that says, "In addition, animal research has led to 111 USDA-approved biotech-derived veterinary biologics and vaccines that improve the health of livestock, poultry, and companion animals. Biotech veterinary products to treat heartworm, arthritis, parasites, allergies, and heart disease, as well as vaccines for rabies and feline HIV, are used daily by veterinarians. Biotechnology has improved the way veterinarians address animal health issues through the use of biotech vaccines and diagnostic kits and improved breeding programs that can help eliminate hereditary diseases." So animal testing can go into more than just helping humans, it also goes into helping animals. And animal testing is also an important and necessary means of research needed to maintain the quality of life to human beings that we know today. To list a few things that we have been lucky enough to find, to either find a vaccine for or help get rid of completely. There's smallpox that was figured out with the cow. There was polio that was with mouse and monkeys. Insulin for diabetes were used with dog and fish for testing, and vaccines for tetanus, anthrax, and rabies. And then for a disadvantage claim, I would like to say that if animal testing were abolished, scientific research would go downhill. As a society, we would be taking a giant step back in medical discoveries and treatments. Right now, we rely heavily on research for medical discoveries and treatments. For instance, right now, there's a quote from UCLA. Childhood blindness using mice. UCLA researchers have discovered that a gene missing in infants born with the blinding disease known as Leber's disease is also key enzyme required for sight. The identity of this enzyme has long been a mystery to scientists. The findings hold promise for curing some of the forms of congenital blindness, though through some gene therapy. Much of this ongoing research involves the use of mice with gene mutations. And then there's also one that says the pediatric valve children with congenital heart defects may soon have an alternative to invasive and risky open heart surgery. UCLA researchers are developing a heart valve using super memory-shaped elastic metal alloy that can be loaded into a catheter, inserted into a vein, and guided into place and deployed at a precise location in the heart. And so a lot of these are big innovations that if we were to abolish animal testing, we can no longer look into. And then some of the things that we have already gotten from animal testing is gene therapy for cancer. UCLA researchers used miniaturized physician emission tomography to track the effects of gene therapy on cancer in living rodents. The animal research has led to new methods of imaging gene expression, which directly affects the safety and efficacy of gene therapy trials on human cancer patients. The same work allows researchers for better understanding basic cancer biology and how tumors grow and spread, enabling the development of new treatments and strategies. And a couple other things with the time I have left. It has helped with breast cancer, schizophrenia, Parkinson's disease, tuberculosis vaccine, and I'll end up